is precisely 10 p.m.
It is 10 p.m.
It's 10 p.m., so we should get started. Perfect. All right. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Welcome on a warm and wonderful and snuggly Saturday night to the OC ReMix MAGFest panel. You like video game music? Make some noise up in here. All right, I'm Larry OG. I'm the community. What? You like video games?
He said he hates video games.
You hate video games. Damn it. I hate you. Welcome, yo. We're happy to have you at this super late night extravaganza. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being fans of video game music. I'm Larry OG. I'm the community manager at OC ReMix. I'm also the head judge. We're going to go down the line real quick and say who we are and our involvement with OCR. You go.
Yeah, Andrew Versa, otherwise known as Zircon, staff member, previous judge.
I'm Jillian Aversa, former judge on OC ReMix and remixer, and Andrew's wife.
I'm Steve-O, known as Level 99, remixer and ex-workshop mod.
I'm Sharik Ansari, better known as Dark Sword. I'm a community administrator on OC ReMix. I also judge and remix.
David Lloyd, also known as djpretzel, started the site a really, really, really long time ago.
I'm Andrew Lures, known as Oceans Andrew or OA, remixer, staff member.
And cool guy, because
Cool
he's got
guy.
like sunglasses.
I just know that being up here a couple times already that you need these for those lights.
Yeah,
they're bright. Hey guys, I'm Joe Zija, expert novice, workshop moderator, staff member.
Wait, you do some voice work. Like, who would these people know that you've done voice acting as?
I was the voice of Fox McCloud for Star Fox Zero, The Battle Begins, and the voice of Rider of Red and Fate Apocrypha.
Jose, the so-called Bronx Rican, musician, video editor, trailer guy, I guess. How's everybody doing?
Excellent. Dave, you got the PowerPoint. Lead the way.
Larry, why don't you tell them what OC ReMix is?
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
All right.
wait. I have a question.
Okay.
Like, seriously, who here does not know what OC ReMix is? Like,
who does not
seriously?
know what OC ReMix is?
Like, put your hands down.
All right,
Don't be joking.
Next
seriously.
slide.
All right, next slide.
All right, cool.
We don't need to OC ReMix is a.
Overclocked remix is a Ponzi scheme.
Yes.
All right, Ponzi scheme. That's right. All right, community.
Wait, does that mean I get money? Tell me more.
All the money goes for Larry's Lamborghini hot tubs.
What?
Okay, so
Never done that.
Yeah, community. We have forums. Obviously, you all probably know about it. But one big thing that's been getting pretty good over the last year or so is our Discord chat. Very active Discord community. Lots of channels where you can share your music and just talk about stuff. A lot of memes, a lot of weird memes.
Last Jedi spoilers.
We have a channel called The Last Jedi Spoilers for talking about the new Star Wars movie. So, yeah, we do conventions. You're at one right now. But we also do stuff like PAX and AwesomeCon, Otakon, MomoCon, VGMCon in Minnesota coming up this year. Lots of cool stuff. So, album projects. Anyone want to talk about that?
We do them.
Yeah, we do.
True.
Confirmed.
We'll talk about those later.
Yeah, we'll talk about those later.
Whole slide on those.
There's a thing there that says Campo, Campo, Campo. That means we do a lot of remix competitions. How many people here have actually competed in some of the remix competitions, like Grand Robot Master Remix Battle and People's Remix Competition? Yeah, awesome, yeah. So it's a really good way to build your skills as a musician. We also have a robust workshop. Workshop is where you can learn how to make music, how to get into music. How many people were at our panel yesterday for how to make remixes? Oh, awesome.
Actually, let me ask, how many people here have made music for the site in the audience? 1, 2, 3. Oh, wow, that's a lot of people.
Thank you.
Wow.
That's
Yeah,
good.
thank you, everyone.
We love the fans.
All right, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right,
And we've done this panel like a million times, and
Yeah,
it's the
I
same
know.
PowerPoint. So let's go on to something new. This is a big deal.
Some of these slides are new. Okay.
Dave, this is a big deal.
Yeah, well, actually, last year at MAGFest, we had already become a 501c3, but we hadn't actually announced it anywhere else. Now we've announced it. Yay.
What does that
I'm
mean?
clapping. Everyone's
What
like, why
does
is he
that
clapping?
mean? Yeah, well, I mean, it's a long time coming. The site's been around for what, Larry? 18 years?
Yep.
18.
18
18
give or
years.
take. You know, who's counting?
We are.
But it's
18.
always been sort of something I owned legally as a sole proprietorship LLC is the technical term. It's always been not for profit, but we finally achieved nonprofit charitable status. Like MAGFest, by the way, the convention that you are at is run by a 501c3 charitable organization as well. We call it Game Music Initiative. We did not call it Overclock Remix because that name was already taken from like a legal perspective. And we might do some other stuff with it besides just OC Remix. There's stuff in the works. Cool stuff. GameMusic.org has more details, and one of the cool things it does mean that if you donate to OC Remix and Game Music Initiative, it's tax deductible in the United States because it's a charitable donation.
Yeah, and I think someone actually emailed us recently about like
Employer matching.
Employer matching.
Yeah,
so
that's
like
pretty
if you
cool.
have like employer matching at your job,
Yeah.
that's wild.
And we have a federal employment identification number now, so I don't have to give my social security number out. So it's good for me too.
Yeah. It's very cool. We have board meetings and stuff.
100% less identity
Yeah,
theft.
yeah. We had a board meeting at dinner today. It was pretty wild.
We met. There were motions.
Yeah.
Dismissed.
And
People were
seconded
Seconding
motions were
things?
seconded.
Sure.
It was fantastic.
All right. You want to talk a little bit more about? I think this is your slide. Compos.
Oh yeah, compos. Haven't done one in a while, but OC Remix has a pretty robust competitions community. A couple years ago, I started this thing called the Grand Robot Master Remix Battle. It was like this big, kind of like tournament-style remix competition where people took, you'd get assigned like a track from a Mega Man game, and then you would remix someone else's track. It was very cool. So a lot of people learned how to get good at music very quickly by taking part in these competitions. We have a lot of competitions that are going on, the big ones like that, like the one I just talked about, but also there's a People's Remix competition, which has been running for almost like 15 years now, I think. Wow. It's been around forever, and it's a weekly competition. It's just like, hey, remix this song, and then everyone remixes it, and then everyone votes on like what the winner is, and the winner gets to pick next week's song that they're gonna remix. And it's basically just runs itself, and it's been going for like almost 15 years, I think. Bundeslag runs it on the forums. It's really good, and it's a great way to build your skills. So if you're a musician and you want to get better at music and remixing and arranging faster, this is a great way to do it.
I think every time we do this slide, I also mentioned that even though it's not like OC Remix proper, a lot of the mixes that get submitted to Dwelling of Duels, which is a separate competition site that's monthly, end up being posted on OC Remix, or a fair number of them. If you're looking for more video game remixes, dwellingofduels.net.
Yes, please check out dwellingofduels.net. It's awesome.
All right, stuff to buy. Jarrell's in the back, and if you want to buy a shirt or forever lasting piece, OC Remix is one commercial album that we've ever made in conjunction with Capcom, separate from Overclock Records. Then you can buy them in the back from Jarrell. Hi, Jarrell.
Hey.
All right.
I can't see you. The lights are too bright.
What do you want to say,
he's
Jarrell?
back there somewhere, I think. Yeah. Oh yeah, Super Audio Cart as well. Wow. Okay.
There's a slide about that, right?
There used to be. I got rid of it.
Oh, okay. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Well, I kept the Tangle Deep slide, so Andy's good.
It's all right. We'll talk about it.
All right. I think it's time is it time to win things? Is it really? Because that's good.
All right, now hold on. Before we get started, before we do the competitions where you can win things, I don't know if anybody here is like not eating dinner yet, or they're like, I love free food, or what have you. But we were just at Rosa Mexicana out here in National Harbor, and I've got 3 boxes of food. We just walked this back just now, so it's like super fresh. And I've got
super fresh leftovers.
If anybody wants tacos or like chicken or what have you,
See him right over
if
there?
you want, come on.
Mad hype about tacos.
There's only 3 boxes, guys.
There's only
Let him have it.
There's only 3 boxes.
No. You were the first one. Come up here and get
you were
some
the first
food.
one up. He gets dibs.
Easily the most enthusiastic.
Well, welcome to OC Remix. We'll bribe you with food.
No, it's like
Larry.
it's like full of stuff.
Quality
that guy
Mexican
right there.
food.
Larry, that guy right there was the first
See,
one.
we really are a charity.
No, he's dancing for it. He's working for it. So.
Nice.
Come here.
So,
Here's another set of stuff. Share it with somebody. Be nice. Make a friend.
So yeah, as Jill just said, OC Remix really is a
know.
charitable organization.
Yeah,
So,
feeding-
congrats to all of our winners
Feeding
of
the hungry.
tacos.
we're
Next
charitable
slide.
and we give food.
No, just kidding.
Steve-O, you want?
Why don't we
Hold
take
on.
this opportunity to show them some of the wonderful prizes they can win if they win? Actually, even if you lose, you still win things
Oh, you grabbed the thing?
Everybody wins.
because
Oh, yeah, I got
that's
some
the way
stuff
we
too.
are.
I got, I don't know how you want to do this. I got
What do we got? All right,
I know.
I'm reaching in
Yo,
there.
Larry. I got OCU stuff too for
Okay.
presents.
All right. So yeah, we've got a whole bunch of stuff. So first off, our very classy stickers. You may have seen some musicians performing here that have it like on their laptops or their gear, whatever.
You can put them anywhere.
You can put them anywhere.
Anywhere.
Laptops on your butt, whatever. So
You can
we've
use
got
them as
we've got some
sensor
nice
bars.
stickers you can win. What else have we got?
I got two. There you go.
Well, we had Mexican food, but it's gone.
Yeah, Mexican food's gone. We got from our official house band, Overclocked University. We've got some stickers from them and a few physical editions of Spring Break DJ Set, which is a super awesome album.
All right.
Oh, yes,
sweet.
okay.
Nice.
And then expert novice Joe Zija, who is good at way too many different things. So he's a great musician, he does parkour, he's a voice actor, and he writes books, including this one, his second book, Communication Failure. We've got 4 copies. If you like Terry Pratchett kind of stuff, this is some awesome stuff.
Terry Pratchett, Douglas Adams. It's right up there. I read that book. It's so good. It's
Yeah.
really funny.
Oh, excellent, excellent. What else do we got? Anything else?
We got the FF6, FF7.
Oh, is there somewhere? I don't know. I'll find them.
Did you give them all away?
No, they're in a box somewhere else. Where you had the box?
Oh, they're back with.
They're back there? All right, I'll
Back
get
in the
them.
back.
We have got also, so when we did our Final Fantasy VI album Kickstarter, we got some limited edition physical copies of Final Fantasy VII, Voices of the Livestream, Final Fantasy I, Random Encounter, Final Fantasy IV, Echoes of Betrayal, Light of Redemption, and Final Fantasy VI, Balance and Ruin. So we've got some limited edition physical copies that you cannot buy or purchase or whatever. But for our elite competitors here, they're going to be up for
Yeah,
grabs.
like we
So
are not allowed to sell them.
we are not allowed to sell them.
You have
So-
to win them with skills.
So what have we got going
Well,
on, Steve-O?
here's the thing. I was told to get 1 game ready, but I got 3, and I want to hear from the audience what you guys want to play. We did a panel earlier this this festival. Sorry, MAGFest. On terrible fighting games. So
How many people were at the Terrible Fighting Games panel on Thursday night?
Did you guys have fun?
That was good, right? All right,
Yeah.
cool.
So I got 3 holdovers from that. Don't make noise yet, but number 1 is going to be Dragon Ball GT Final Bout. Number 2 is Star Wars Masters of Terrascasi. Number 3 is Street Fighter EX2. So let me hear some noise.
Wait. So for the one that gets the most groans,
Okay.
that's the one we're gonna play.
All right.
So the one that you guys hate the most.
All right. Who's gonna groan for Dragon Ball GT? All right. Okay. Who's gonna groan for Street Fighter EX2? Who's gonna groan for Star Wars Masters of Terrasasi? I knew it.
So
All
I'm
right.
feeling some lingering Last Jedi feelings here.
I liked it.
So did I. So did I. But I have opinions.
We all have opinions. All right, Larry, how many people you want to recruit up there?
Oh boy, I don't know. Just 2 for now. All right, so there's a little differentiation. There's a lot more people on this side, but oh my God, that looks horrible. All right, I need 2 contestants, so I need somebody on this side, but like stand out, be bold, do something stupid. I need to like see who really wants to be up here. You're really tall. Don't. Come on up, John. All right, come on. He tried to hug me. That would have been assault.
Yeah.
All right, I need somebody on this side. Who's bold? Who wants it?
Hey, it worked.
You look. I mean, you know what? You're being really ridiculous, Luigi. Come on up, Luigi. Come on up, man. Now I know who you are, but what is your name for all the fine folks here?
I'm John Stacy. I go on the Discord as Corno Porno DiGiorno.
And you make music.
I make music with Fringe Horde now almost exclusively.
Yeah, so he's an OC remixer. Give it up for John Stacy. And I know what your fake name is, but what's your real name?
My name's Kaz.
Kaz?
I submitted C Remix, but they declined it. Thanks, guys.
I was declined like 7 times before I got accepted. It happens to everyone.
So was I.
Wow. All right, so give it up to the person that we very meanly rejected, Just Cause, everybody. All right, so we got some Xbox controllers. Let's get going. And apparently it's legal
it's
given
PlayStation
name.
1 controls.
Is it working?
Should be working fine.
The guy to the right of the question mark. Somebody play that.
Poor.
Always bet on
Somebody
horror.
already locked in Chewy, so.
That's a little racy there.
versus Chewbacca. What is this game rated?
So to the fellow playing as the Tusken Raider, my advice: let the Wookiee win.
What a psych out right there. Is my controller working? No, I'm just waiting to kick you in the face. You've never held a controller before in your life? Oh, it's all the same. About even right now, Horror's got a little bit of an advantage. They're hit for hit. Well, an AT-AT is in the background just chilling, you know? Horror's getting low, one hit left. Horror's knocked out. Chewbacca wins.
Why is there an 8th? Oh, they're on Endor. Never mind. I thought they were
Round
in space.
2. And he's just still there like, hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? Lots of low kicks from Chewbacca. Low hit, blow for blow.
All right, motivate him.
Oh, whoa. Horror's got to fight back. Chewie's keeping the distance now, trying to figure out
Will
his
they hurt
moveset.
each other at this distance?
He's going for distance. He's taking his weapon out.
Oh!
Got his stick out.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
I'm seeing so much move variety here.
Oh!
Comes back. Chewie's hitting him, still got his stick out. Oh, he's trying to get a hit in and he You let the Wookiee win. Good
Let
job.
the Wookiee win.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good stuff. Give it up for both of our contestants.
All right. Who won that? Just Cause. All right, man. So real quick, just tell them how you felt. How did it feel to whoop that ass? All right, so you were on this side of the room. So like we were doing in our fighting game tournament, first off, congratulations. You get a limited edition copy of our Final Fantasy VII album, Voices of the Livestream. You get a bunch of stickers. You keep a couple of those. And since your side of the room was victorious, they get some prizes. Anybody on this side of the room, you can beg for some stickers, and maybe Just Cause will hook you up.
Thank you very much. This is awesome. I love
All right, welcome. And we'll accept you at some point on some music, so keep submitting, seriously.
Yeah, Larry, we're going to do one more round.
All right, let's get 2 more contestants. What the fuck? Why are you messing up your own stuff? All right, come on up here.
That was dramatic.
Idiot.
Yeah, wow.
I had a brownie in that. Bring it back.
Why would you do
there's
that?
one
Oh, dude.
spontaneous,
All right.
or-
I didn't. Why, bro? Why are you doing that to me, bro? All right, I mean, come on, bring up that juiciness. All right, my boy, Juicy.
Larry. Hey, Larry. That's spicy.
Wait a
That's
minute.
spicy.
That's pretty spicy.
All right,
did
what
not
is your
realize
name, my
we were
friend?
doing
You're
very
destroying
spicy.
your own personal belongings to get up here, so this has got to be good.
It's Cool Kid McSquid, but you can call me Ryan.
All right.
All right, give it up for Ryan, a.k.a. Cool Kid McSquid, everybody.
Sounds like
And
my
then-
first AIM name.
My boy, my nickname for you is Juicy, but give it to him, my man.
Juicy Dylan.
Juicy Dylan, everybody.
You know, Larry, I didn't realize we were doing an Overclocked After Dark panel here.
This is getting real juicy right now, so wow.
All right. Let me load this back up.
All right. Now remember, they're going to be playing for prizes for people on your side of the room. So Ryan is representing you guys, and Juicy Dylan on the other side. So make some noise, motivate them, get the prizes.
Doc versus Han Solo.
You sound delicious.
Doc versus Han Solo.
Round 1. Fight.
Fight.
Wow, Han Solo looks really small.
Those
Is he
trees
gonna-
look very
Oh,
flatulent.
Doc.
Oh!
Yeah.
Han Solo has a gun?
It's hard to tell with his health lightsabers. Taking his axe out, Han getting an abdomen punch. He's whipped his gun out though. Not firing with it, just intimidating.
Slice his head off. Come on, dude.
Apparently Han doesn't know how to use a gun. He just hits people with it.
It's really close. Oh,
About
it's
even.
Close, about even now. Oh, snap. Nice
Han
spin
recovery.
kick. Oh, come on,
hit
Doc.
while he's
get him up.
down. Thok doesn't like that. Still trying to swing his axe around. Got one more hit in.
Oh.
On the low blow.
Oh, snap.
Out.
See, that's because Han had first attack.
Nice job, Juicy Dylan.
Han Solo is the best replicant.
Come on, Doc needs that motivation, y'all.
Multiple low blow hits. Han is just so much faster than Thok with those swinging hits.
Wow, so
many kicks.
Just
I got a
slicing.
combo
Look
with
at him
the axe
catch right
going
back
on.
up. Oh, Doc, look
down
at Doc.
low. Han Solo's less than half. Thok is at
Solo
half.
sweeps the leg.
Oh, he stomps on his head, M. Bison style.
What happened there? Wow, nice disco
About
move.
even Han Solo still
Whoa!
got the finish. Hits him with his butt. Han Solo wins with a hit with the butt to a face.
All right,
Han head stomp
give it up
first.
for Juicy Dylan. Oh, let me give
Han
you
head
some
stomp
prizes,
first,
dude.
is that what you said?
Hold on, man. All right, Dylan, you were so juicy. that win was so juicy. I've got to give you plenty of stickers. And you also win a limited edition copy of our 5-disc Final Fantasy VI Balance and Ruin album. Enjoy. And hook up your comrades on this side with some stickers, man. Wow. That was super juicy, baby.
Very juicy. Quite. All right. Are we good?
Yeah, we're good. Wow, that's great. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Theoretically,
We should be back. You just got
and
to.
yet.
Unplug it and replug it.
Wow.
That's the solution to every problem. Yep.
Ryan, where are you, man? There you are. What was in that bag that you just threw it so wantonly? Like, why would you do that? Can I see your bag? Is it in decent condition?
Oh, it's extended again.
Why? Why did you do
We want
that?
extended because then we get the live view
Oh
here.
my gosh. Hey, man. That's some good currency there. That's great, man. Nice job, Ryan.
All right.
Time for music.
Yeah, back to the regular scheduled programming. We mentioned that we do album projects, and every year we like to kind of look at the previous year and list the albums that were released. It was actually a pretty busy year with a lot of highlights. We started off with Super Mario RPG.
All right.
Great album.
Yeah, if you
great
like it,
game,
make some
great
noise
album.
on them games.
Joe, you have a 2-3 track? Two. Okay. All right. I actually have a track on that one, so I was happy. Speeding Towards Adventures, 25 years of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yep.
Mirror Image, A Link to the Past remixed, amazing album. Yes. Shark, did you want to talk about Smash the Record, The Record?
Yeah. Okay. So Smash the Record is it's an event that happens in Santa Clara, I believe, Santa Clara, California. It's a streaming event where they raise money for St. Jude's Children's Hospital. It's really, really cool. And they do speed runs, and they have like a Smash tournament, and we got contacted about doing a kind of like an album for it. In the past, we've done albums for fighting game events like Apex and CEO. And this year, we didn't really have an event that we were doing an album for, so I was looking for stuff, and then Smash the Record emailed us. And so we put together a small EP of maybe like 5 or 6 tracks of some really cool remixes from Smash Brothers and a couple other games. I think there's like a Mega Man track on there. Just some of the games that were featured at the event. And they played some of the music on the streams, and then we were advertising the stream all weekend, and they raised a lot of money for St. Jude's. It's really nice. It's like a feel-good kind of thing, and the music's fantastic. Really, really good album. Very small. You can just throw it on like your car ride to work or something. It's a good like commute album. No, unfortunately, no, it does not.
It's got a picture of vinyl on the front.
You can't actually see it, but it's like a stock image of like vinyl, and then you've got Mr. Game & Watch kind of like standing on like the little thing. Yeah, so I was pretty proud of that. So check out Smash the Record, and give it a listen. I think you'll like it.
Then we had, after that, we had two solo artist albums in a row, both for the month of October and Halloween themed. Gedder Lee Lewis actually appeared kind of out of nowhere with an album dedicated to the soundtrack to Heretic, old id FPS from Days of Yore.
You guys remember Heretic?
Yeah.
That game
Heretic,
was awesome.
Hexen.
Play that a lot.
Hexen 2. So that was kind of cool because we didn't have a single Heretic, or I think we maybe had one Hexen mix on the site. I forget. No, nothing. Okay, nothing from the entire series, and then now we have a whole EP with EDM focus, but a good blend of sort of demonic stuff. Really cool album art too.
Yeah.
And then also a sequel to last year's, or 2016's, I should say, Candy Corn from Yoshi Blade, Candy Corn 2, the sequeling. The first one had sort of a creep show horror anthology theme to it. Candy Corn 2, the theme was sort of like Twilight Zone, which, I don't know. Any Twilight Zone fans? Yeah, all right. Great show.
It's very good.
After that, the final album of 2017 was Secret of Mana, Resonance of the Pure Land.
All right. Some Mana fans in the audience.
That's right. All right. So, Mirror Image, Link to the Past remix. Who wants to see a trailer?
Wait. Mike, what do you got, Mike?
Oh, crap.
What am I missing? That's on Overclock Records.
Technically Overclock Records.
Yeah.
We'll get to it later. It's on a different list.
But we also, anybody here play Crypt of the Necro Dancer? Make some noise, yo. So yeah, Flexstyle, stand up real quick back there. So Flexstyle directed our remix soundtrack for Crypt of the Necro Dancer. It's on the game now. So
it costs money.
Flexstyle, thank you, my man. Go to Overclock Records to buy that soundtrack, or on Steam. Be sure to get it. All right, so are we popping that trailer? Can we make some noise? If you want to see Zelda 3 music, Link to the Past, yo, give it up.
Not really working too well. All right, and then there's just a delay.
Yeah.
As I slide.
Whoa, nice graphics. I'd like to get my hands on that game. You mean you haven't played it yet? It's on the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Badass trailer.
Cheers, man. Yeah, like everything on OC Remix, that album is free. Mirror Image, be sure to check it out. Download it free. Let people know about it.
Can we just make some noise for Jose for that awesome trailer? That was really
man,
good.
Jose,
Awesome,
man.
Dude.
We got more coming from Jose.
Yeah, it's not the last.
Oh, Secret of Mana. And I'll have you know, Hiroki
I like how
Kikuta.
excited you guys are about this album when it's like already out.
That's all good.
That's good. It's good.
And Hiroki Kikuta is a fan of OC Remix, so.
All right, Andy, did you want to go down the line and talk about how each of us, I suppose that maybe we can skip me, discovered OCR?
Yeah, it's just an idea I had because I know everybody in the audience here pretty familiar with the community, and so I thought it might be fun to talk about how we all kind of found the site just briefly and just sort of like a fun memory early on. And for me, I was talking about this with somebody earlier, but back in 2003 or so, of course, before the iPod was as popular as it is now, and before Spotify and all that, I was downloading the MP3s one at a time because there were no torrents back then, and then just getting everything on like an MP3 CD that I could. So like 150 songs, and doing it alphabetically, so I had, I think, A through C, and then I just got bored of downloading individual songs, and so I listened to that A through C about 1 million times. That was a fond memory before I ever joined the forums.
I think it was 2002 that I found OC Remix, and it was from downloading on Kazaa. And I definitely got hooked at that point, and my older brother, I showed him, and we started making our own like mixtapes for the car and stuff. So I have lots of fond memories of doing that in high school, and when people were listening to the radio, I would be listening to OC remixes and like blasting them from the car, and I felt so cool,
I think I found the site actually when it launched. Back in 1999, I was looking for MIDI files for like Final Fantasy music and stuff. And on VG Music, they had posted like, oh, this guy calling himself djpretzel started this new site called Overclocked Remix, and they have like MP3s. And I was like, oh, crap, MP3s. I have this thing called Winamp. Maybe I can listen to these. So I went over there and I started downloading some of these huge files. They were like 3 megabytes. I was like, oh my God. This is insane.
It won't even fit on a floppy.
Right, it won't even, oh my God, And I was using like a download manager to like download them, Because remember, back in dial-up days, you had like a download manager where like you would start the download and then you would like save it in progress, and you would dial up later, like when your mom let you dial in later to, to the internet, and you would download the rest of the file. So I started getting some remixes, and then I kind of went away from it for a while, and then I got into composing and writing my own MIDIs and stuff, and then I started making like MP3s, and then I submitted a bunch of tracks that they all got rejected, and eventually I kind of like joined the forums, and I got really involved in everything, and I pirated a copy of Fruity Loops, and here I am.
Wow. We are not advocating piracy.
You've since bought it. You've since bought it.
I bought it like like a year later. So yeah.
I thought you were about to say last week, but all right.
He's gonna buy it right after this.
I promise I'm gonna buy it like right when I get home, maybe.
What about you? Or you went last?
Well, I mean, I didn't really I started it.
All right. I mean,
didn't really discover it.
Well, yeah.
I will say, like really briefly, at the time, there were people doing mixes here and there. Overclocked Remix certainly didn't invent the idea of like fan mixes of video game music, but there wasn't a centralized site, and also what communities existed were very focused on, at the time, there was a really strong European scene for Commodore 64 and Amiga, and it was mostly electronica, and what I wanted out of Overclocked Remix was a site that focused on multiple music genres, and also I was a Sega fanboy at the time, so I wanted to do Master System mixes, but I knew that other people probably, NES, Super Nintendo, and whatnot. So that's kind of how it was born.
Okay. Yeah. So maybe like 2003, 2004, I found this. Like my roommate at the time, like said, "Hey, check this out. You'd love it." Downloaded all the Mega Man 2 and Chrono Trigger mixes, and then never went back for a couple years. And then when I did, I wanted to learn how to produce music because I had a sort of musical background but no production, and joined the forums and started working from there.
I had no idea that anybody liked video game music other than me from until 2009. I was in the military from 2003 to 2013. Which doesn't have like a really strong population of video game music nerds. I don't know if that's a thing, but I was
changing.
Yeah. I was stationed in Germany, and the way it works is Pandora didn't work over there at the time, and that was like what I used to listen to music to when I was writing when I was in the States. So like I remember typing, you know, like Final Fantasy streaming music into Google, and Last FM came up, because it was licensed, I guess, in Europe. And all of a sudden, like, things that aren't Nobuo Uematsu come up, like Arrow Z, and this weird dude named Zircon start popping up. And I'm like, holy shit, what is this? And then it wasn't until like 3 years later when I was back in the States that I finally kind of like joined the forums and started participating. But yeah, that was me.
Jesus. Let me dig. I got it. But let me dig out of my memory trough. But same reaction as he did, hearing OC Remixers for the first time. This is amazing stuff. But I became a music sort of producer when I was a young adult with 2 keyboards and 2 VCRs and a couple of sampling hardwares, just so you know how old I am now. And I've done about several years of transcribing MIDIs for VGmusic.com. That's where I got my music production chops from, programming. And then I started going to these game stores, and I'm hearing this playing this music that sounds familiar, but not video gamey, but you know, at the same time, that was well produced. I'm asking, what is this from? Overclock Remix. And I checked out the site, and also amazing stuff. And like I said, Sega fanboy, I grabbed all that stuff first, and didn't look back after that. Just started producing stuff on my own for them. My very first track, Unknown, from MC, got a strong positive reaction from what I heard.
Still holds up, too.
Larry and I still have like a story we tell about that track.
All this has been worth it ever since.
Cool, man. I'll tell a quick story on Jose's track. So when Jose the Bronx Rican, if you haven't heard it, even if you don't like rap music, you need to check it out. He did a combo remix of songs from Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 called Knuckles Unknown from MC. So it was a remix of Knuckles Unknown from ME. And this dude came out of nowhere with a great rap track, great hip hop track. We're like, who the hell is this?
And I did put work into it. It was like 2 years of on and off work.
Yeah. So I was doing college radio at the time in Atlanta. And I played his track. Actually, Sharik, but this was before it was posted on OC Remix.
Yeah.
He's like,
so
Larry.
this was before Larry was on the panel. So
Right.
Larry's iPod broke. Like you couldn't play music from like your iPod or whatever. So he was like, I need music to play. And I was like, well, this is a track that's on the panel. It's really good. Why don't you play this? It's like an exclusive. Larry plays it, and you know, everyone's in the chat room for the thing, and we're all like sitting there, and everyone's like, holy shit, what is this? This is amazing, because it sounds very professional. The performance is really good. It's very well produced.
Yeah.
Hadn't really ever heard anything like that on that level. And Larry...
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. It was the only song in the history of my college radio show, which had like almost 100 episodes. It was the only song I played on the show twice, back to back, because it was so good, and everyone's like, "Yo, what was that?" And it was the only song I played twice.
And that's like one of the major cardinal sins of radio. You don't play
You're not supposed to. Yeah, you can't repeat music. But so anyway, I was disallowed, but I broke the rules just for one man, Jose the Bronx Rican. So I'll say it real quick. So I'm the only one up here on the stage that doesn't make music. I'm just a community manager, but I'm a big super fan of OCR. And kind of how that happened was I was doing college radio and just doing like pop music, like half of that, and then half video game music. So I was playing like, you know, GoldenEye, Street Fighter Alpha 3, Streets of Rage, that kind of thing. Was trying to like play some stuff that could kind of sit alongside some pop music. And another DJ of mine told me about this website, remix.overclock.org, if anybody goes way back for the old URL.
Yeah.
So he goes, yo, like everything, you know, it's got like Castlevania stuff and, you know, all sorts of stuff, but it's all free. And I went to check it out. I told my college roommate, I told my best friend from high school, and my best friend from high school downloaded everything when you weren't supposed to at the time, because it would like murder the site's bandwidth and cost djpretzel a lot of money to pay for the hosting. Wow. But once I told him it was free, he downloaded everything anyway. And then he stayed at my house the next summer, and whereas when I heard of OC Remix, I just downloaded, like maybe some of you in here, you go, oh, I know Mario, I know Zelda, I know Street Fighter, and you kind of stick with what you're comfortable with. Well, my friend from high school just got it all. And so when he stayed with me the following summer, I listened on his computer to everything A to Z. And so I learned a lot from series that I never played as a kid, like Final Fantasy, Secret of Mana. I never played a lot of RPGs. even stuff that just, I grew up pretty poor and didn't get a chance to play myself, so like Mega Man, like Castlevania, I'd never gotten to play those games, but I learned about the music and was just like, holy shit, I'm blown away by the creativity and the passion of these musicians. And so once I did that, I said, okay, whatever's dropping from this website, I am not skipping. Like I'm gonna, whether I know it or not, I'm gonna give it a shot. And that literally changed my life. I would not be up here on the stage. So I would just say, that was when OC Remix had over 500 tracks. Right now we've got over 3,000 and we've got 65 albums. So I would just say, like, for anybody, whether you're into music or whether you just like video game music and just want some cool free stuff, definitely grab everything and give it a chance, man. Even if you don't know the game that it's from or the artist, give everything a chance. And that's my spiel.
Yeah.
Cool. Good spiel.
Good feel.
I just wanted to pop up real quick because I seem to be the only person on staff that goes as far back. But I first learned about OC Remix back in 1999 when Dave was making his old and janky-ass overclocked webcomic.
Janky-ass? Janky?
Dave,
oh, man.
bring it back.
Bring
it
I've
back.
got hurt feelings. I've got hurt feelings.
Mr. Green, Mr. Green.
No, nobody knows that. And actually, let me just shout out. I know we gave a shout out to people that are in the crowd that are OC Remixers, but let me get a show of hands real quick to see who is an OC Remix contributor. Like, all right, John Stacy, who's that? Flex Style, Rexy's in the back. Oh my God, hi, Rexy! Welcome, y'all. We got Nabil Ansari, Dark Sword's younger brother. He's also super talented. He just got second place in the indie music showcase for best music. So here at MAGFest. So give it up, Nabil. If you like Journey, Flower, Abzu, check out this game Soul that's coming out. SOLE. Nabil's got some awesome music for that. So yeah, I mean, it's a really talented community, y'all.
Cool. All right, cool.
All right, so that's what we did. Well. In 2017, coming in 2018.
Maybe.
Always with the maybe, OC Remix, always with the maybe. We've got Vroom, originally helmed by Steve-O. Jose kind of, working.
Yeah.
So Vroom is
You wanna?
Yeah,
Vroom is the best of Sega racing.
Not just ex-workshop mod, also ex-director of this wonderful album. The original concept was a 4-disc album featuring different, like, easy, medium, hard, expert levels, and all of it would have different moods for all of these songs from various Sega racing franchises. Power Drift, Sonic R, Daytona USA, all of these wonderful franchises, and it sort of floundered because of management being passed from person to person. The release is going to be what? I think it's 10 or 11 songs. How many songs is it?
It's 10 now.
It's 10. So it's 10 songs, a collection of homages to a whole bunch of disparate Sega racing games, and what it ended up being is still better that it's coming out as it is. There's some really nice stuff on there. You've got acoustic, you've got aggressive electro, you've got rock. It's going to be a lot of fun when it comes out.
Can you give us your best Daytona?
Daytona!
All right. Thank you. I can do the arcade
Solid.
one.
That was downright solid. Lufia 2 of Gods and Men, really nice artwork, some completed tracks, 2018, maybe. Final Fantasy V, The Fabled Warriors, Volume 3. Shark?
You guys liked wind and you liked water, yeah? I hope. Okay.
I'm a fan.
Okay. So, yeah, we are hard at work on Fire. I have it's a really wild idea for Battle on the Big Bridge is going to be on this album. So we're doing something cool. It's going to be a mega collab between 8 artists, and collectively they're going to be known as the 8 Arms of Gilgamesh. Ooh. And Hackstock is heading up the arrangement. Ivan Hackstock, he's a really, really great artist. It's going to be a little bit different. A lot of the Battle of the Big Bridge remixes that you hear are like rock, prog rock. We're going to try to do some interesting and different things with it. So it's not going to be what you're used to. And I will say one thing that Larry was in Tokyo Game Show a couple months ago, promoting Tiny Metal, and he picked up this album for me that was a Tokyo Game Show exclusive from Square Enix's music booth, and it's called Final Fantasy Battle on the Big Bridge, Big Bomb Bonanza, something like that, and it's a 16-track album. It's a 16-track album of literally every Battle on the Big Bridge version that Square Enix has ever like officially published. So it's like one CD of just Battle on the Big Bridge for like an hour. So I've got it on loop, and we're working through it. But we got a lot of good artists signed up for Fire. We're working on it. I'm hoping to get the music done in 2018, and hopefully we'll get a release done with artwork and everything in 2019, maybe in the summertime. That's what we're aiming for.
Not for nothing, Shog. I'm probably going to start calling this mixtape.
Yeah.
All right. We have some exclusive previews for you today, debuting at MAGFest 2018.
Wait. Before you go, who here used to have a Dreamcast?
Yeah.
All right. Who still has a Dreamcast? Yeah, like all of us still have a Dreamcast, right? So I think you guys are going to really be excited about this next slide.
That's true.
Yeah, also on GameCube.
It's true.
Yeah, also on GameCube.
This
I
one's
know,
about
but-
2/3 done, and the director has given us an exclusive hype trailer just for MAGFest, not seen by anyone else. So we got that somewhere.
It's Skyrim. That's it.
Ricola.
Even I haven't seen this. It's good.
It is good. Is it fresh? Oh, man.
Uh-oh.
You want a mouse, dude?
There we go. Oh! Perfect. So that's 2/3 done. Should be coming out hopefully mid-year to Q3. And for the remixers or would-be artists in the room, there are still unclaimed tracks. So you could be on the album if you want to check the projects forum. There's actually a list of unclaimed tracks, and there's still stuff to be done. Okay, so I guess that just probably about does it.
That's it.
That's it.
I don't think there's any
Nothing
more.
else.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Wait. I
There's
see
anything
someone in the
else.
audience who's looking at me.
There's no way there's any other albums we could possibly
I see
have
someone in the
missed.
audience who's looking at me. He's smiling.
All right. So mea culpa time. I think perhaps in this very room a year ago, we promised that Seiken Densetsu 3 would be coming out in 2017. And yeah, well, Secret of Mana, Seiken Densetsu 2 came out. We were just one off. Secret of Mana, right?
We got it crossed.
We had to do them in order, right?
Okay, I have to.
All right.
Then how come
Yeah,
we didn't
let me-
do Seiken Densetsu?
I don't know, because no one knows that.
Yeah, let me talk about that because I had the idea
I guess
to
we can go back and do that.
We'll go back. We'll do Final Fantasy Adventure. We'll go back. We'll go back.
All right.
I mean, it
so-
wasn't. Let me talk about it. It wasn't a last minute idea, but we had this. I had this developing a trailer for this concurrently with the Secret of Mana album, and I'm thinking to myself, MAGFest panel is coming up now. Now we're thinking there's only a week to go, and I haven't really started work on it yet. But there was a lot of good stuff in there that was made it easy to come up with something. However, I worked feverishly within the past week and up in my hotel room because we knew there's this one guy out here who needs to know about it. That's first of all. And second of all, we're just doing it for the fans because MAGFest is really the best place to announce something like this.
Yes.
So there we are.
Yes.
By the way, hang on before we start. It is unfinished still. I did as much as I could, but it's presentable. But within a couple of weeks, hopefully we'll have something complete.
Okay, we good? Larry, do you want to do your make some noise thing? Because I can't do it.
All right.
No one ever makes any noise when I say make some noise.
And I learned from Joe that in the professional voice acting realm, that when they need it to sound more, black, they're like, we need it to sound more urban. So I'm going to add some urban, or more street. So we're going to add some street and some urban. If you want to see the Seiken Densetsu 3 trailer, make some noise!
So here's why we keep pointing him out. It was like for the last like 5 years,
four
four
or
or 5
5
years,
yeah.
every time we do a panel at MAGFest, my man comes up to like during the Q&A and he's like, when are you guys coming out with Seiken Densetsu 3? And we're
Darren.
like, yeah, it'll be out this year, don't worry.
Stand up, Darren. Darren, are you happy, man?
Y'all don't even know. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know. I've been coming to these panels.
You're gonna keep coming after the album comes
Oh
out.
yeah, of course.
He's gonna keep asking.
I'm wearing a shirt.
No, because
It's
next
happening.
year he's gonna be like, yo, you said you were doing you said you're doing like Seiken Densetsu. When is that happening? Final Fantasy Adventure. What's going on?
That was.
Sword of Mana, Adventure of
That's
Mana.
next. That's next. All right.
That's right, that's next.
But what was it? It was, I think, your first panel at Otakon.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
I've been coming since
2006?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. And I think 2007 was actually the first time I started asking, but it didn't start clicking until then.
Yeah.
But
My goodness. Okay,
But
well,
so-
we're gonna make you
y'all,
very happy.
He's a happy man.
that trailer was amazing.
Yeah, I think.
Dang.
Darian, thanks, man, dude. Give it up for Darian, keeping us honest.
All right. So we alluded to this previously, but Overclocked Remix has a commercial arm, Overclock Records, and we release original stuff from the community, arranged stuff, and also we do some exclusive releases. And our 3 exclusive releases in 2017 were each amazing in their own right.
Yes.
8-Bit Jazz Heroes Press Start is a really cool album. It's very minimalist. It's jazz, it's upright bass and guitar, renditions of a lot of Nintendo themes. Very mellow. Demons, Emery Monzerol did Kirby's Liberation Service, which is an EP of really just crazy over-the-top arrangements of Kirby. And then Crypt of the Necrodancer Overclocked is pretty badass, including the album art by Maya, who also did MM25.
She did Mega Man 25. She did This Is the Moment. She
Apex,
did Final Fantasy V Water.
And she works on
Steven Universe.
Steven Universe now, so
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Real quick about Crypt of the Necrodancer Overclock. That is actually, so I don't know how many people know this. So Danny Baranowski, Danny B, did the music for Crypt of the Necrodancer.
Was
And
a judge.
He used to be a judge on OC ReMix.
He got rejected when he was a beginner.
Yep. He and
Maniac.
I actually joined the judges panel at the same time. So he made something of his life, and I'm up here talking to you guys about him. So, Crypt of the Necrodancer Overclocked is really cool. He approached us because of the shared history about doing a remix soundtrack for the game, because I don't know how many people have played that game. It's awesome, right? But what's cool
Nice.
about it is that you can swap out the soundtracks. There's like different versions of the soundtrack made by different artists. And he came to us, and a couple years ago, we released an album called Super Cartography Brothers, which was a really awesome Super Mario Brothers EDM EDM album.
Also Flex Style. Yo,
Not
stand up
changes.
real quick, man. Again, give the props Flex Style for organizing all of this.
So Mike actually he directed Super Cartography Brothers. We kind of worked on it together a little, but he did most of the work. And so when it came time to do a really bomb-ass Crypt of the Necrodancer remix album, we said, well, Mike knows all the people. We'll just get like the cartography guys to do it. So I think the code name for this project was actually Super Cryptography Brothers for for like a year or so until we figured out what we were going to call it. So definitely check it out. It's a lot of like super amazing artists. Mike, you want to come up here like real quick and just like go over like who's
come on,
it
dude,
and, like,
yeah.
why it's so awesome? It is. Is it?
Technically 11.
It's already 11?
we have 10 more minutes, actually. We're okay.
Oh.
Short version.
Yeah, short version.
Okay, so the short version of this is that we have a ton of awesome artists. I think about 15 or so, if my memory serves correctly, including guys like Funk Fiction, Robo Rob, Benjamin Briggs, and many, many more. It's a ton of great EDM flavored takes on all the great Danny B tunes from the game for each stage, for each boss. We even remix the tunes that aren't necessarily swappable in game, but definitely have a spot on the soundtrack, like some of the loading themes or some of the menu themes and things like that. Everything is same key, same tempo, same length as the originals, which is why they fit into the game perfectly. And then actually right now, Prototype Raptor, who contributed several songs to the album, he's a freaking beast, has released a couple of extended mixes as well. So if you want the club banger version of what he did on there, then check his Bandcamp and stuff like that too. So
Yeah.
anything
Awesome.
I missed?
No, I think this, yeah, you covered it, yeah.
Yeah.
So thanks.
All three of those albums, yeah. For Mike? Yeah, all three of those albums available at overclockrecords.com, also on Bandcamp, also on iTunes, also on Amazon. Okay, we're not going to win any more things. Tangle Deep is a game.
Yeah, we're out of time.
Tangle Deep is a game that Zircon made. Zircon.
Yeah.
Tangle Deep in two sentences.
2 sentences. It's if Square Enix, at their peak in like the Super Nintendo days, Secret of Mana, Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy VI, if they made like an awesome dungeon crawler, turn-based, grid-based, like, and put it all into a blender, that's Tangle Deep. It's out on early access now. I actually made this game, like not just the music for it, but like pretty much everything except the art. And it's pretty much my whole life. So if you want to see my life in a blender, all my influences and all that stuff, all this great music that we all listen to, yeah, check out Tangle Deep. And it's going to be out for reals out of early access on February 1st. Also, it's coming to Switch.
February 1st, also on Switch.
Coming to Switch, too.
All right. That was like a Donald Trump run-on sentence. It just kept going and going. You don't know where the punctuation
Said 2
is.
sentences.
It's good stuff. Yeah, that's true. It's true. It's true.
It's got the best words. Okay.
Kelly Brothers, Overclocked Podcast. Overclocked Podcast? Overclocked Podcast?
Are they here?
There's one right there. I see one. We found it.
There it is.
Oh, man. We also have a podcast, the Overclock Podcast. Steve and Kelly.
With
the Kelly Brothers.
remixes, interviews.
Yeah. Go and tell the people about it.
Guys, I almost skipped out on this entire panel to see the Sonic Adventure concert. I just walked in here. That was very...
Putting you on the spot.
But we do have a weekly podcast, me and my brother Brian. I mean, we have interviews with people almost every week from all the OCR guys and people from all over video gamedom. I mean, people like Grant Kirkhope and Laura Antravia. And I don't know if anyone's seen Disco Cactus around here, but they've all been on there. And then we have guest segments as well. Speaking of Laura Andrade, who plays for Disco Cactus, she does a segment on game music theory and got a bunch of other people on there doing the same stuff. And it's kind of like a fun variety show where we make a lot of really dumb jokes and laugh at our own dumb jokes, and it's a good time.
It's really good, guys.
Yeah, so you can go head over to the forums, you can find all that stuff. If you want to follow us on Twitter, that's probably the best way to get a hold of us. And we're OCR Podcast on Twitter. So go there and say hi, and it'll be fun.
And if you listen on iTunes, please give a positive review.
5
Yeah.
stars.
5 stars.
5-star
maybe
review.
if
Just
you're
suggesting.
maybe even 6 stars if you're feeling really generous.
Find a way.
The reviews really help on iTunes. True. Like
Yes,
reviews
this is
really,
true.
really help for podcasts on iTunes.
This is true. So, yeah,
Cool.
that's all I have to say. Hi, bye.
All right.
Thanks, Steven.
All right. Money, we need it, pretty much.
So
Patreon.
OCR is primarily funded by Patreon now, right?
Yes, OCR is like 95% funded by Patreon
we
at the
don't
moment.
really have ads on the site anymore.
No.
Yeah.
We might have ads on YouTube. There's a thread on that. It's ongoing discussion, but and at least on the website, there's no longer any ads. And Patreon is how we run the site. Literally, it would not exist without Patreon at this
And
point
it's
in time.
tax deductible.
It's true. $5 no longer gets you a free album, so that's just wrong. But you do transcend mortality, so that's still
Yes.
true. Yeah, it says results may vary.
Results may vary. Yeah.
So you may
won't,
die.
You won't know you're immortal
Yeah.
until you die.
Yeah, it's true. And then you won't care, probably.
And don't forget about the merch that we got in the back. Dia
Merch
and
still in the
Jarrell
back if you want to buy something.
are way back there.
T-shirts.
There's the website, obviously. There's Discord, that's a little bit newer. There's the forums. Please register, chime in, review mixes. I know, speaking as an artist on the few remixes that I have, I always like to see comments. We're on Twitter. Every time we post a mix, we do a tweet. Ditto with Facebook. Every time we post a mix, it goes to YouTube. On SoundCloud, currently we're just doing albums only, but it's a great way to listen to our albums on a mobile device.
Yeah, you can get like pretty much everything on YouTube except for the albums.
Okay, we have 4 minutes left. So does anyone have just an amazing question that if they don't ask us right now, they're
Larry's
going to
gonna run
die
around.
and
Good. All right,
mortality
this guy right up
will
front.
not be transcended?
What's your name and what's your question?
I'm Jamal. Where that Shaq Fu album at, man?
Oh, Shaq Fu T-shirt.
Where's the Shaq Fu album at?
We let you down. We did Star Wars. I'm sorry.
So this is the new one. So your time is is over.
Pass that
So
torch.
he's
Come
seating-
next year, we'll do
seating the
Shaq
floor.
Fu. If you're
Shaq
here
Fu.
next year and you wear that T-shirt, I promise you some Shaq
Shaq Fu.
It's a deal.
Anybody else got? Oh, okay. Rexy's got a question. Beverly, what's your question?
Okay, so first of all, thank you very much for going. Well, I mean, congratulations for heading up towards the 501c3 status. That must be a very big deal for a non-profit organization.
Thank you.
Very
Thanks.
gracious stuff. Now that you've managed to achieve that goal, what do you think will be the next step up towards OC Remix as a website, or even in this case, a charity?
Good question. I think the plans for the site are not necessarily that tightly linked to the charity status. It was just something that we knew that we needed to do, and it was a long time coming. We've stated plans probably for the last couple years of expanding the workshop and sort of making the site more of a hybrid between how VGMix used to run and how OC Remix does things, which is OC Remix is a curated model where certain mixes are featured and evaluated by human beings. We still believe that to be of value. That's still how we're going to work indefinitely. But tying the workshop mixes into the site database with video games and composers, where you could go to, for example, the Super Nintendo page, the Sega page, the Hiroki Kakuta page, and see not only the featured mixes that the judges have evaluated, but also the works in progress and mixes that, for whatever reason, someone maybe just didn't even want to submit, is a really, really big goal for the site. I don't know if that'll happen in 2018, but it's going to be what we're working for, and that sort of is the future of sort of melding those two models to the best that we can, and it's ambitious.
And automating the submissions process.
Automating the submissions process as well. No more email.
Yeah, no more email.
Other questions?
More questions.
Anybody got a question?
No questions. Wow.
Cool.
Wow, we're good,
I mean,
man.
Densetsu 3 is
covered
coming
it
out, so
all.
what else is there to ask?
All right. Well, thank you for sticking with us so late.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, real
Yeah,
quick,
OC Remix.
we didn't get to give any of my books away. If you want one, the first 4 people to come up and tell me their absolute worst
Get
joke,
Joe!
I will sign it for you and turn you away in disgust.
Oh, you have to tell a bad joke. All right.
And don't
Thank
forget our
you.
merch in the back, yo. D and Jarrell want to hook you up. We got Mega Man 25 albums. People here can sign them. We got all sorts of stuff. And thank you for coming, yo. Make some more noise for video game music.